So Abdalla Biayda versus Park Jae Hyun just went down at AFC 29 in Vietnam, and it was a very very good performance from Abdalla Biayda. Sorry, my my headphones just fell off. Yeah, it was a really good performance here from Abdalla Biayda. He looked really good, man. Like he looked really composed in this fight. Like that was generally his best performance against arguably the best guy he's fought. Like he made that look so fucking easy. First round, just dominant, just very patient, but he was clearly winning that first round. He was looking really fucking good, man. Like every the one thing I worried about Bieda was his takedown defense. Like not that it was horrible, like, but he has been shown to get taken down a lot. But Park Ye Hun, I believe is a wrestler, he couldn't get him down. He kept going for trips, he kept going for takedowns, and he even got very close on a shot. He had a very very tight shot, like it was very close, but like Bieda just like survived it. Very reminiscent of like how Jamal Hill was defending takedowns against Glover Teixeira. Just pushed his arms up pretty much, and because he's so long, it's just so fucking hard to get him down. But he looked really good. Looked very smooth on the feet. Like he looked fucking great. That was an honestly no bias or anything. That was a really good performance from him. He moves to 9-1 now. I think he's on a 7 fight winning streak against solid competition as well. He has some really solid wins on his record. If you look at the guys he's beat, he isn't beating schmucks. Like you'll see a lot of guys, they maybe can crush a little bit on the regional scene. But Abdallah Biayda is generally getting all the hard fights. He's getting the hardest fights on the regional scene, and he's winning them all. Obviously, he has that loss to Diego Pereira, but like he was winning that fight, and then he got heel hooked. But outside of that, he's beat every single person he's fought as a pro. Like Semakade Kembo is a really good win, 5-1. Beat Alan Philpott 19-14, but Philpott has a win over Nathaniel Wood, so there's that. Beat Josh Kuhn, who's pretty good. Jesse Medina has a win over Jack Jenkins. They're 1-1 though, obviously. Medina is just a veteran of the scene, very good fighter. Jack Lyons, very fun fighter, very good fighter. Thomas, probably not the greatest win, but Sebastian Sazale is a really good win. And even on the amateurs, Kevin Kopamel is a really good win. And, he is a solid fighter. He's fucking really put on a resume. He's been very active. Like, very active. How many fights has he had this year? 3 fights, but in this calendar year, it's almost been 4. He fought Josh Kuhn the 2nd of December last year, so he's been very active. He's been a man on a mission. He'll be 9-1 now. There is a few fights you could do for him on the Australian regional scene. Obviously, there's the Justin Van Heerden fight. That'd be a good fight, both UFC caliber fighters, in my opinion. Then there's Con Offley out there as well. That fight was meant to happen, but he pulled out. I think he's fighting in Turkey, although that card's meant to happen next week, so I don't know if he is fighting or not. But he was booked for a Turkey card on Khan versus Khan, ironically enough, with his name being Khan. But yeah, Abdullah Biayda looked really good in this fight, mixing it to the body very well. I could hear his coach telling him to mix it to the body. Very well coached. He's everything his coach told him to do, he would do. It does help that the fucking crowd in Vietnam was just completely fucking ice cold. Like, that was so quiet, except for this fight. Every other fight was just a complete washout on this card. Like, every single fight was just a complete fucking mauling. Like, none of these fights have gone to a decision. They are all just, like, complete one-sided beatings. Even this fight was very one-sided, but, like, this was the most competitive fight, and even then it was just a very good performance from Abdallah Biayda. Like I say, mixing it to the body very well. Like, this guy's got some crazy power. He generally is like the Australian version of Jarlin Turner, like every single way. Like, I mean, he's normally a featherweight, but this fight was up at lightweight, and he didn't look undersized or anything for a lightweight. I mean, obviously the guy's 6'3" with like a 76-inch reach or something like that. I'm not sure what his exact reach is because it seems to fluctuate quite a lot in his fights. I've seen it as low as 180, but I don't believe that for a second. There's no way he only has a 70-inch reach. And then I've seen it as high as like 202 centimeters, so I fucking have no clue what his reach is. but at the minimum, I reckon it's 75 inches of reach. But he looked great in this fight. Normally, yeah, it takes him a little bit to get going, but he was like right in there. Like he figured out his, obviously it took him a bit to figure out his range, but he clearly won that first round. That second round though, he just really upped the ante, beat the shit out of Park Han. Park Han, what's his name again? Sorry, I think it's Han. Fucking hell, man. Sorry about that. Hein Yun, I think. Fuck. I said his name before, but now I've just completely forgot it. But still, he had nothing for Abdullah Biayda in this fight. Jae Hyun Park, sorry. And Jae Hyun Park, not like a can or anything. He's like a pretty decent fighter. Like 6-1 opponent, 2-2, 2-0. I mean 2-0, sorry, and then 2-0 again. 6-1. Like he's got some decent wins. Obviously, he got ragdolled by Shia Haraguchi, but Abdullah Biayda made it look a lot easier because he just went in there and knocked him out. Is that his first loss by KO? Oh, he got referee stoppaged in his first fight, but still, really good performance from Abdullah Biayda. He needs like a Dana White Contender Series option or something. I want to see him in the UFC. I generally do. 6'3", long ass range, very good striker, developing takedown defense, and especially in the UFC, there's not really that many grapplers at featherweight, so you could actually have a lot of success, I reckon. Plus, he's Australian, comes out of Perth, also of Sudanese ancestry, so that's a new market. There's no Sudanese fighters in the UFC, so that would he'd have some marketability there for the Sudanese people out there, and also for the Nubians. He is a Nubian ancestry as well. So that's like a market you can get behind, the Sudanese community, the Nubian community. But like the guy's generally very good. Perth has another fighter coming up, and yeah, I don't know what else he has to do to get his opportunity. He's 9-1 now. I know he lost to Diego Bahia, but that was so fucking long ago. And he's won 7 fights since. He's been on a fucking tear. Been on an absolute fucking tear against solid competition. Like I say, this guy's actually beating good competition. A lot of these guys on the regional scene will go and can crush their way to a contract. He's not doing this. He's actually going for the hardest test he can get, and he's showing up and he's winning, and he's fucking doing it in an impressive fashion. So I hope Abdallah Biayda gets like a UFC opportunity or Dana White Contender Series, maybe another fight on the regional scene, and they just sign him straight up because he's 9-1. That is a good record. He's 27 years old. Like, he's young, but he has plenty of experience. He has amateur experience as well. I don't know what else the guy has to do, man. He's fucking destroyed so many people. So I reckon Abdallah Biayda should be Dana White Contender Series bound or something very soon. But yeah, guy looked fucking awesome. But anyway, that's all I've got to say about this. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you did watch this fight, let me know your thoughts on Abdallah Biayda's performance here over Jae Hyun Park. Because yeah, I was very impressed with him, man. I was getting worried at points. There were points where he was sort of brawling, but he wasn't really getting hurt. Like every shot he landed clean on Park just hurt him. Like literally, like you can tell this guy has that real skinny man, lanky power, like that Jarlin Turner has. Like I don't know, something about lanky guys. Lanky guys seem to have this crazy power. Like Kevin Holland's pretty lanky, and he has some fucking nukes in his hands. It's crazy. People expect you to have to be some big muscle-bound guy like William Knight to go in there and fucking knock someone out, but it's not even true. You'd be tall and skinny, and that's enough leverage to fucking give people their hands. Like generally, you be a fucking tall, lanky guy, and you can fucking knock out the best of them. Like trust. If you're a skinny guy and you want to go and bulk up, nah, fuck that. Go do kickboxing and get an MMA. Go fight for a living. If you're tall and you're lanky, you might have some fucking nukes in your hands and not even know it, but nah, good performance here from Abdallah Biayda. Comes out of Perth. So Perth, maybe we got another UFC fighter. We already have Jack Della Maddalena, Steve Erceg, Abdallah Biayda, possibly. Quillen Salkut, if he beats Don Marfan, could be in the UFC too. And Quillen Salkut has a win over Abdallah Biayda, which is a really well-aged win when you think about it. Especially, Quillen Salkut was meant to fight Park Hyam High, he was meant to fight Hon Jae Park. And I think Kulin Saukud would have really put a beating on this guy, if I'm being honest. Like, really bad beating on this guy. The guy got really lucky. He got Haraguchi instead, because I think Saukud would have really done Jae Hyun Park really badly. But, Abdalla Biayda did it, got it back for the Aussies, I guess. But yeah, really good performance here. I know I said that was the end, but this is the end now, I promise. But yeah, thanks for watching. I really enjoyed this performance, man. That's all I can say. The guy needs a fucking big time opportunity. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers. Yeah, oh yeah, if you're not already, subscribe, put on the notifications, give me your thoughts, share this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.